in this content that exists in my public box folder, there's not only those almost 300 great rules that you've seen in action on these attacks, but the developer put here two interesting searches. So if you go in the same way that you install any package in QReader, if you add in the public folder, let me actually go one up. Here under interesting searches, and you install these, I'm going to click add. I already installed this in my system, so notice this stuff is not signed by IBM, so don't call support. You have a problem with this. And after a very short while, it's telling you the following. Well, I'm going to install two searches: Advanced Obfuscated PowerShell based on command entropy. This is the Shannon entropy, and Advanced Obfuscated PowerShell based on character frequency. Very interesting way of detecting bad stuff. And this is the custom function that the developer created for this to calculate the Shannon entropy. And this is for counting what are the most frequent characters. And you see this in action. I'm not going to click install because I already installed this in my system. That's what you see here, the replace. But they are already in my system. So I'm going to go to the log activity tab. And I'm going to do search. Actually, I was testing this before, but let's go from the beginning. And in here, I'm going to look for, when I put detects, I find these two. Let's take the first one. We click load, and then we hit search, and we can actually see the actual AQL here. Basically, these are the columns that are put in there. The important part in here is that it's running. Notice that this is a nested search, in which in here is using that custom function that calculate the counting of the characters, and these are the ASCII characters that he's interested in. These are the ones that denote the most frequent type of usage from the event, from the device type. So we can see the rest of the logic here, but we don't need to understand it to actually use it. But if you want to learn some more, this is a good example of good usage of AQL, especially with that nested thing, right? So it's a very, very, I would say, sophisticated AQL search. But notice the results. This is for the last 24 hours. Basically, what this is telling me is that it's detect, based on character frequency, these characters being used. Look at the top frequent character, the pipe. Is that normal? We know it is not, because this is the special character that we were actually doing. This apparently is the one that we did the obfuscation with, and also with compression, and so. And this is the machine that we know that we've been using on the attacks. So we see all these. I run a bunch of attacks on this, and we can see the encode. The one that we did with encoded. Is A the character that is most frequently? Well, if you run this with normal traffic, you'll see that this is not. This is not A. Actually, E is the most frequent character in the English language. So the fact that there is an A there kind of denotes that there's something strange, and in particularly in this particular case, it is. It is the actual obfuscation, and you can actually go into every one of those and see the details of it. We can go here and see those special characters. And we know that QReader decodes these and the offenses fire, as you've seen in other videos. But running this search once every day is not expensive, and it allows you to find, maybe putting this into a rule to be doing these things might be expensive, but these are the type of things that are best to be done on searches that you run, say at the end of the day, at the end of the week, to see if there's something strange actually going on in there. Let's actually take a look at the other search. So we go here again, new search. We're going to put here again detected. We want to see the one that looks for the entropy. The higher the entropy, the most likely that there's something strange, fishy in it. And here we see, and here's the calculated entropy. The one with the highest one is this one, the one that actually does the compression with obfuscation. We see the same example of the encoded. So again, the only thing that we see here is normal traffic, because all I did was actually fire a bunch of encoded attacks in here to demonstrate the capability of the search. Again, great searches that you can do some hygiene, and something that has high entropy, it is worth investigating. And I hope that you can use this to find things that are not easy to be actually found. Great searches, and also it's a great way of learning even more AQL and the way that Mutas wrote this AQL. Notice that this is the entropy custom function that he created. I hope that you enjoyed and you keep on learning more and think more like a hacker to defend your Windows systems better.